Hey, this is Father Robert Ballister from Gadget at thetechstop.net. We're here in Henderson, Nevada, where we're awaiting the start of CES 2009. Now, CES doesn't officially start till tomorrow, but there are a few pre-show events. We were at one of them this afternoon when we went to a house that had been rented out by ioSafe. Now, ioSafe is a company that makes products that are essentially backups. Things that you might buy from Seagate or Western Digital, external hard drives that attach to your computer via USB. Now, that's nothing new, but what is new is that ioSafe has taken the hard drive concept and they've given you a way to store your photos, your video, your text files, your documents, essentially anything, and keep them safe even in the most extreme of environments. Now, we had a chance to take a look at their presentation, and, well, I hope you enjoy.
Rolled up my sleeves for this event. But what we're going to do is we're going to plug in the digital camera.
Here we have the CEO of ioSafe, Rob Moore, showing us that the ioSafe products work just like regular hard drives. Now, they've got these units in 500 gigabytes and 1 terabyte, and their pitch is that just for a few dollars more, you can get peace of mind by getting a backup device, an external storage device that is pretty much bulletproof, fireproof, and waterproof.
So now all of your digital memories and financial data are on this device.
Yeah. So now we're going to take it out to the pool. Did anyone bring their swim trunks? Or
After he's transferred over all the photos, we went outside where he did 2 demonstrations for us. First, he threw it into the pool.
1, 2, 3.
Now, this thing is designed to be able to be underwater at 10 feet for several days. There is actually a standard that goes along with all these tests, and they follow it very precisely.
The hard drive is protected, the data is protected in a waterproof barrier, but we allow air to flow through the fireproof insulation during normal operation. And then during a fire, it shuts down like a turtle, so they're tracking back into its shell. Here's our very wet ioSafe.
After they dragged the unit up from the pool, they put it into this very nice looking burner where they heated it up to a couple hundred degrees.
So we put the ioSafe in our burn chamber, and what this is just a normal everyday hard drive that we're just going to put in this pan, put it on the top of the solo. I always get dirty during this part. Right now we're sitting at about 1,073 degrees, so it'll start to get a little hotter. See that? You want to stick it? Okay. Yeah, this is your family photo album going up. All your music, all your digital video. This product is rated 30 minutes per ASTM E119, which is a typical fire testing spec for building materials. It has a specified fire test curve that we follow this profile and test up to that level, 30 minutes, 1,550 degrees. Typical house fires range from 800 to 1,000 degrees for about 20 minutes. The fire department comes in, hoses everything down, by the time they get called. So it's really meant to be a really great way to save data for definitely the typical house fire and what gets experienced in a set like that. Yeah, so what we'll do right now is we'll, after we get this out of the fire, we're going to hose it down. So we're going to treat it just about like the fire department would. We don't have quite the hose that a fire department would. But.
Now, we were only able to get it up to about 1,300 because we were limited by time, but the unit will survive up to 1,500 degrees for 30 minutes.
It's not good for you.
Hey, we just got done burning it.
Oh, sorry. And the assumption is that you
Now, of course, the device itself was destroyed. But what they pitch is that they can then take the unit apart, and inside you find a perfectly preserved drive. Now, the ceramic, the foam-looking thing, is actually a very specifically designed material from ioSafe that has water as one of its components, so that as it gets hotter, it ablates, and that's why you see that steam rising off the top.
It's not too warm. It's about 100, 130 or 40 maybe. Yeah, you can see that the outer package is wet. A lot of that's from, the pool dunk. The insulation has water embedded in it. It's outgassing steam to keep things cool. So this is a heat conductive, but obviously water resistant pouch. So you can take this and throw that in the pool. Yep.
We then took the drive back inside, and he plugged it into a docking station where we were immediately able to pull it up as if nothing had happened. Now, one of the cool things about ioSafe is that if something does happen to the drive, they will spend up to $1,000 of their own money to send it to a company like Drive Savers to recover your data. So you're not just buying a hard drive, you're buying an insurance policy.
What would happen at this point, like, let's say you're a user and you went through this fire and you had this hard drive and we put it in and it doesn't boot up. This is when the $1,000 disaster recovery service of ioSafe would come into play. We would then take this drive out to an on-track or Drive Savers. We'd have the top pulled off, have all the platters pulled off, and we would work to get your data bits off as best we could. And we would spend up to $1,000 of our own money to get that data off that drive. There's definitely a lot of different strategies that could be rethought or a carrier, but what we'll do is we'll...
I have, for business purposes, just in case while I'm away, something happens.
Right. Yeah, it's peace of mind, just lets you sleep a little bit better at night. We've been working on how do you combine a safe with a computer. You can't just take a computer and throw it in a perfectly insulated box and shut the door and hope everything's going to be okay. I think there's a lot of energy that needs to be dissipated off of that computer. So ioSafe is about allowing that safe product to basically to be cooled down with normal airflow. When there's a fire, we shut down. We pull back, close all the doors and lock it. One thing I forgot to show people is in the insulation. You can go outside and take some pictures. So there's some poly tubes that are installed in the device. So this is part of our flow-safe vent technology. It's simple and elegant. It doesn't require any power to shut down. So when there's a fire, the tube melts, the entry collapses. But normally, during normal operation, there's airflow flowing through the device the whole time. So this is part of patented ioSafe technology. We've been working on more complex ways to make this happen. This is an evolution of how do we get the price point to where everyone can afford something like this.
Now, we were really impressed with ioSafe. As the first presentation, we weren't expecting all that much, but it was eye-catching, and it really did work. I mean, we saw it with our own eyes. We saw them throw it in the pool. We saw them torch it, and then we saw them plug it in and use it as if none of that had ever happened. Now, hopefully we can bring you more of this from CES 2009. Hopefully this is just the tip of the iceberg. And remember, we're here because we know you want to see the tech. I've been your host, Father Robert Balacer. This has been our first episode from CES 2009. And remember, there's no Uber Geek without you.